Jeremy in Woodland, California. Hey, Jeremy, what's on your mind today?
Hey, Tom. Thank you for taking my call. Been listening to you this morning and listening to some other news, and I think it's time for a revolution. We have to have a revolution. Joe Madison's idea about the airport down in Atlanta after the Super Bowl is a perfect example of you gotta inflict pain on these rich people so they begin to understand, because they have no feeling or no understanding of what it's like to live paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, obviously. Let's make it very clear here, Jeremy, just because we're on national radio and television. I'm assuming you're not talking about taking up arms or anything violent.
No. I'm talking about protests where we impact people financially, okay, where we make people a little uncomfortable.
And the Super Bowl, yeah, I think spot on. I think you're absolutely right.
But my real concern is when I listen to people talk about how, they can just go ahead and get a loan or a line of credit. People who make $30,000 a year cannot get a line of credit.
Yep. And not only that, what this is going to do, when people miss their credit card payments, when they miss their mortgage payment, when they miss their utility bills, that's going to damage their credit rating, which is going to make it harder for them to be functioning members of society long term. If they're not yet, if they don't yet have a mortgage, it diminishes their ability to get one. If they have credit cards, they may see their ratings go down. They'll see their interest rates go up. They'll see their credit limit going down. If they're trying to apply for student loans to upgrade their education, that's not going to be available to them. I mean, it just goes on and on and on from there. And
maybe Walmart and Target start to call Trump and tell him to open up the government so these people can come back to our stores.
Yeah. Well, as Wilbur Ross points out, right now it's only affecting 1/3 of 1% of GDP. And I would probably triple that number because, A, you've got 1.2 million federal contractors plus the 800,000 federal employees, and B, all of those people, when they're normally spending money, they're spending it into their neighborhoods and communities, into local stores and restaurants and gas stations and everything else, and that money kind of echoes through the economy. So typically you would double or triple the impact. So we're probably talking about 4 million people right now, maybe 5, who are having to hold their breath financially or are being wiped out financially or being damaged. That's not a large enough number yet that the billionaires are going to notice it, in my opinion,
No.
Jeremy.
Yeah, I agree.
So therefore, what we need to do, what people who are concerned about this and what people who are impacted by this need to do, is figure out ways to have number one, we all need to be figuring out, how do we get ourselves as independent as possible? Don't just live within your means, live way below your means and squirrel away as much cash as you can. But on top of that, how do we inflict that pain? I agree with you, Jeremy. I think Joe Madison's suggestion was a brilliant one. Jeremy, thanks a lot for the call, and thanks for watching us there on Free Speech TV in Woodland, California. It's 22 minutes past the hour. We'll be back with. I want to dig even a little deeper into this. What are the tools that the billionaire class are using to separate us from each other, to make us hate each other, to make us fear each other, and to make our society more dysfunctional so that they can scrape more off the top?